Hey everyone, this is Snowman Jones.
Hey, it's Amy.
And we are watching. Do you know what we're watching?
No, I have no idea. Okay, it says SummerSlam 2005.
Yep. And I'm getting situated here. Probably not a lot of people have joined us yet, it looks like.
And I can't even read anything because we have a big light. We're at Snowman's house today, and I can't wear my glasses because the glare is way too much.
So first off, we see Shawn Michaels. This is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
Hulk Hogan is in this? In 2005?
Hulk Hogan, 2005, yeah. So the story is, and dog hair, we got Janetti down here making her live appearance. So the story with this is that you've seen Hulk Hogan. You've seen Hulk Hogan in the 80s. And people who are just joining us right now, Amy is kind of new to wrestling. This is her first summer of wrestling, right? You're 2 or 3 months in.
Yep.
Never seen wrestling before.
2020 seemed like a good time to...
Yeah. And your first introduction was 80s Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
More or less, and Macho
Yeah.
Man. And then from there we went to...
I saw the one where he was like bad guy Hulk and came and like I wanted him to win against The Rock and he didn't and it sucked,
Right.
but then he posed anyway and it was awesome.
Yeah, so you saw Bad Guy Hulk.
Yeah, which was way cooler.
Early 2000s. Now 2005, he has one last run. One last time back in WWE, and he came back in the yellow and red as a good guy and did kind of a nostalgia run.
Okay.
So he comes back in the yellow and red as probably a 50-year-old man.
2005 just doesn't seem like it's that long ago.
It's still 15 years ago. You were 3.
I wish.
So he gets to take on all the people of kind of the more recent generation that is Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, John Cena, Brock
Ooh,
Lesnar.
The Undertaker's in this?
No, I mean not all in this match.
Oh.
She's a big Undertaker fan.
Undertaker.
So with this, I've got the laptop down low, and in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and start replying to the live chat. My dog is sniffing the laptop right now.
She's licking it, so you
probably
might get a reply from Jeanette.
Shows how much I eat while I'm typing. Just crumbs everywhere. So we're watching Shawn Michaels and
Shawn
Hulk
Michaels,
Hogan.
I always want to call Brett Michaels because I just feel like they're the same person.
And we got one comment. Mike Awesome, who's a wrestler name, said he likes how you have the man chair and I've got the bitch chair. He didn't say that second part. And then you should have worn my Shane O'Mac jersey instead. Shane McMahon wears a jersey just like this and says Shane O'Mac. I should have bought one of those.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, actually, this is 911reviews.com. It's a website that I also run. So I do product reviews on 911 Studios. So Shawn Michaels.
Plug.
Yeah, right? So go there as well. So let me go ahead and I'm going to open up, and if you have live questions for Amy.
Who is the girl in the pink with Brett Michaels? I mean, Shawn Michaels.
Is that intentional?
Yes.
No,
in my mind, they're the same.
So that was Lillian Garcia. And
Okay.
Jeanette licked this laptop so much it's not functioning, right? That's not good.
She was down there a while.
Yeah, she was having a good time. God, she really licked the screen too much.
Oh my god, he is Old Man Hulk.
So again, for anyone just joining us, we're watching Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan 2005 SummerSlam.
This doesn't play the same. This does not play the same. It does not seem nearly as cool as it did when he was doing this in the 80s. I was all about it.
Look at the size of the American flag behind him.
That is a huge flag. The flag
The entire
almost,
Titantron.
The flag almost turned it around for me. But and he's saluting. This just doesn't play the same.
What?
No.
But it's nostalgia. All the people that liked him in the 80s are like, oh my god, he's back in yellow and red. Because they've seen him for the past 10 years in black and being mean.
Okay.
Or 5 years. So they get to see the good Hulk Hogan they liked as a kid, and it's nostalgia.
Okay.
But you don't like it.
I don't know. I mean, it's just I expected to like it, but it just seems like what is that?
Pander?
Anachronism. What is that
Anachronism.
word? Anachronism.
She's actually smart. She just wasn't right there.
Shut up. It seems like he's not in the right time period. Like, it seems like it's not right, you know?
And leave your comments in the live chat, because I've got it open. I'll go through them and we'll respond to them. So ask your questions and everything. The Jersey Devil 26 says Hogan must pose. And do you know what that means?
Yeah, he's doing a lot of posing. That was pretty cool. I liked it.
See if you can practice your give me a U. No, you.
Oh! Hold on. Wait for it.
You! You really waited on that one. The anticipation was killing me. You did too hard.
You did too hard. I don't know how he does that.
Right?
Dang.
You okay? That's why Hulk Hogan's in such bad shape now. So some of the backstory on this, maybe people
It's
can...
harder than it looks, I give him credit.
So some of the backstory on this, there's some real animosity between these two.
Oh, cool.
Shawn Michaels is an actual wrestler's wrestler in terms of he's athletic, fit, whatever, and he's in the prime of his career more or less.
Right.
And Hulk Hogan isn't. He's punch and kick.
Oh, well,
He's muscular.
Okay, I mean,
Right.
he looks in great shape for. He has to be how old here? Like.
I don't know if he's 50.
Do you know how
Can
old
someone
he
look
is?
that up for us?
Does
Leave
anybody
us a
know?
comment. Shawn Michaels will overact in this. Like, it's kind of, when you watch this back, you can see that Shawn Michaels, there's a little animosity here where he's like, I have to wrestle this old guy, so if like you punch me in the face, I'm gonna, whoa, no, and like, he'll flip and flop, and when you watch
Is it like
this,
almost like disrespectful to do? Like.
yeah, a little bit like, oh my god, you're so strong, Hulk Hogan, I can't, like, there's a little bit of, I'm being an asshole by overacting.
That's mean.
So watch it and...
I don't know if I like that, because Hulk Hogan is a little bit of like he, not a little bit, but he's wrestling royalty. Like, you should.
Shawn Michaels kind of is too. At least he thinks he is, but yeah, Hulk.
Well, you should respect the, people that are passing the torch,
Sure.
right? Especially on their way out, when you know that it's
Unless
like.
Hulk wins. Like, that's not really passing the torch.
But still, when you know that it's
Yeah.
like his last run, there's no
Alright.
need to be a dick about stuff.
Right, so I'm going to go through some of these comments and make sure to keep leaving them. Again, people just joining us, Amy's first summer watching wrestling.
So is his pants, are they supposed to look like assless chaps almost?
People don't know what the things look like, so you have to describe to them, ask them.
Oh. Does he always wear assless chaps or chaps?
Shawn Michaels?
Or Shawn Michaels? Is that like always his thing, or is it just a special occasion?
He does
where
wear a lot of
chaps?
chaps. It seems like he wears a lot of chaps. He was in Playgirl, and he's always had a little bit of a assless chaps vibe to him, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
He's married to a gorgeous, Nitro girl? Cheerleader Whisper, I think was her name.
Is he from Florida? Because he just looks like he has to be from Florida, like for
From
sure.
Texas, probably has a summer home in Florida.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Right. Mike Awesome said you are the rookie of the summer. So, having a good summer here. Does like how you have the man chair.
Thank you.
Um,
That's really nice because I'm short. I'm already like I'm having to set on my knees anyway, so we can be in the same frame.
we're in a lot of videos together, both in reviews and this, and I'm a solid 14 inches taller than you, right?
See, I have some very questionable high heels that I only wear to be in videos at the same time as him because otherwise I wouldn't be in frame.
I'm a little insecure about that sometimes. I'm like, do people know that I'm actually pretty tall? Like, because I'm standing next to you, and what are you, 5'3"?
I'm
5'1"?
5'1".
Are you 5'1"?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know.
That's
So yeah.
why you're out of the frame.
Yeah.
You're like 6'3".
So yeah, I sit on the tiny chair just so we are next to each other.
Also because I'm the boss.
Yeah. So Mike Awesome says 911 with William Shatner. Jersey Devil says, didn't X-Pac say Lillian Garcia had a huge butt? Oh, I don't know. Did X-Pac say that? That's news to me. And how would you know? So we're watching for folks just joining us, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, 2005 SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You're watching it for the first time. I've seen it before, but the noteworthy thing I remember about this is Shawn Michaels overselling.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it a little bit.
I think it'll come out some of the flips and flops when Hulk Hogan starts hulking up.
Okay.
Hogan must pose. Anachronism. I went to prom with her was one comment. Everybody knows anachronism. You guys are pretty funny
Sorry,
sometimes.
guys.
Yeah, and Jersey Devil does say this is comical overselling. Hulk Hogan's skullet.
Oh no, it fell off. That's
His-
embarrassing.
His bandana.
Yeah.
Should he have just shaved it long ago? Shawn Michaels finally, recently, gave himself a buzz cut and it looks so much better than his flowing locks.
Yeah.
You know?
I am a fan of just balding gracefully because I think and I think all girls do, like every study will tell you that like bald guys are, stop.
I don't want to bald gracefully. I'll comb over for the rest of my life.
No, like bald guys are hot. They like look very assertive and
Sure.
dominant, and that's sexy. So they
You don't truly believe
they should just shave their head and not have the Hulk thing.
Ah.
But it's his signature look, so I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even recognize him without the skullet.
Yeah, I would recognize his hot dog colored skin.
All right, so Mike Awesome does say it's nostalgia. Harley Fife says, this was a good Master Wasp. How are you guys doing? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Maybe that's autocorrect.
Um,
So look at
but-
Shawn Michaels being kicked by
Yeah,
Hulk. Do you see
he-
where he's a little bit overacting? Bouncing on the ropes.
Oh,
That's-
but he had like.
So Shawn Michaels is known to be able to sell, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, you hit me, I'm bouncing, or like, but in this case, I think he's overacting because they probably got into it a little bit with Hulk Hogan being like, brother, I'm gonna beat you up and then I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna, like, way too much, right? Hilarious though.
It is kind of funny.
Right.
Wow. So Hulk Hogan has like the Hollywood badge on. Is this kind of like, I guess he's kind of being both like nostalgia Hulk and like
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Hollywood Hogan in the same outfit,
I
kind of?
don't know. That's a good question. The three faces of Hogan?
Yeah,
Terry Bollea, Hollywood
he's like
Hogan,
putting
and-
it all together. Because like, you know, we watched the Undertaker documentary and he kind of did the same thing where he put all of his personalities together at the end of his
Right.
career. Like, is Hulk doing the same thing here where he's like nostalgia Hogan and Hollywood Hogan in the same?
Your knowledge of wrestling has officially surpassed me.
Shut up.
This is gonna
I'm
be,
trying to put it all together. I'm trying
it's
to
gonna be
make
wrestling
sense
with
of it.
Adam, where you show stupid people wrestling. Maybe, maybe. Shawn Michaels seems to have a lot of
Okay,
glitter on him.
alright. Yeah,
Overselling.
that's just too much. He's just falling down and flailing. I mean, it is hilarious.
Yay, Jared Armstrong just donated $10. Jared, my
Aw.
boy. Jared, let's give him a simultaneous you. 1, 2, 3. You! No, the Hulk Hogan you. I swear, if you remember we used to do that in high school, I don't think he even remembers doing that, but he taught me the you.
You keep saying that people do that and no one does that. I swear no one does.
You! God, come on, if you don't sell it.
Now people told me to stop acting surprised. I'm
yeah,
never,
that's true.
wrestling is never going to surprise me at all.
Oh, no.
Poker face from now on.
Yeah. Thank you, Jared. We appreciate that. We also had somebody contributed $5 to the cosplay fund for Amy.
Oh god, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
actually do that now.
Well, we're $195 short of you cosplaying, so we're almost there. I'm gonna look up his name because we did say we'd give shout outs to anyone who goes to our GoFundMe
Well, that's
below
just-
and contributes.
That's just a smaller costume if we only have $5. That's just a little less clothing.
They're definitely not going to contribute more. All we want you to do is just have a loincloth, basically. So let's see if I can
A
find
lot
the
of
person.
wrestlers do that. I could cosplay someone, I'm sure.
So I'm looking to see if I can find who donated. Might have to give us Joshua Miller. So thank you,
Aw,
Joshua
thank
Miller.
you. So Shawn Michaels is now just like, he's almost like staggering, acting like he's drunk, and it is too much.
Is
It's
it
a
too
little-
much?
It's funny,
Okay.
but it seems mean-spirited. I don't like
What?
that. I don't like that.
So Tim Richards joined us and said he's happy that he could join. So hi, Tim.
We've missed you like several times. I know you've commented and, you know, said that you just missed us. So thanks for joining. I'm glad you caught us.
And so somebody says Hulk Hogan has a lace up front. I don't know what that means.
Is that like a hair thing? Like a weave? Or like, I know like there's like a...
I was looking at the front of his pants, but if anyone knows what Hulk Hogan with a lace up front is, leave us a comment, because I don't know what they're referencing in
Yeah,
this
I don't
comment
know.
that you guys left us.
Yeah, I want to know. 'Cause
That was-
sounds pretty cool. The chaps are...
You still can't get over the chaps. They're assed chaps.
It
Shawn
just-
Michaels wearing chaps.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's like falling all over and spinning on the ropes.
Somebody said that King Kong Bundy was hot. Do you know what a King Kong Bundy is?
I recognize that.
All right. Bald, 500 pounds, a walking condominium was what they called him. I don't know what that means. You can play a movie on his back was one of the things Gorilla Monsoon would always say.
Aww.
So we should do a WrestleMania 2 King Kong Bundy versus Hulk Hogan match. All right. And leave your comments below. Also, what would you like to see us react to? Today we're doing live. Amy, it's her first summer watching wrestling. I make her watch all my old 80s stuff and 90s stuff. And today we're up to 2005, so we're
Yep.
advancing quickly. My life is almost over.
2005 seems so modern, but I guess it really was.
15 years ago, yeah. Hulk Hogan had his hair.
He gets sweaty faster than any human I've ever seen. Like, that was just dry, like 2 seconds ago, and he just switches on the sweat and just.
Well, what you gonna do, brother?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just impressive. He goes from like dry to soaking wet in a second.
Let's see. Someone else said you should watch Bastion Booger. I'm gonna pull up a picture of Bastion Booger for you to react.
I don't like that word. Booger is such a gross word. I don't like it.
All right, I'm gonna pull up Bastion Booger. Show it to you.
Oh, they're doing the you, and they're
see somebody
they're
does
yelling.
the you.
Yeah, like the kids on the side are really doing it.
I wasn't making it up.
He's got Shawn Michaels by his hair. That's disrespectful. Holding
got pictures of
ponytail.
Bastion up here. This is Bastion Booger. Should we do his matches?
Oh my! What
He's an interesting Mike
is that
Shaw.
banana? What is he?
I think he's eating a banana. Yeah. And he was. Oh, was he supposed to be hunchback?
Is that like a BDSM outfit? That's what it looks like.
It's not even
the
SM.
Strappy stuff. I don't know.
So let's see. I gotta go back to the comments and see what people are saying. We're way behind in the comments. If you leave your comments below, I'll absolutely try to get Amy or myself to respond to them. And she's watching Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan. We do the live ones. We can't put it in picture because copyright. So why Lequette says that Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest performers of all time.
He's definitely really fun to watch, and
it's entertainment.
Maybe he's not. I had a bad taste in my mouth because you told me that he's being mean to Hulk, and that just kind of felt.
You don't like Hulk.
My relationship with Hulk is complicated. Because I didn't like him because I took Macho Man's side in the feud, but then I did like him against The Rock, and I wanted him to win, and I was very disappointed he lost. So
it's hard, the group of it. Like when the crowd was so pro Hulk, it made you want to be pro Hulk, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that I was that susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah.
But apparently I am, because I was just like, nope, fuck The Rock, like go on.
What other match where you like that? Rob Van Dam, John Cena.
Oh, well, also, like John Cena. That's easy to not like him. And Rod Van Dam was super cool.
Yeah.
And that whole, the crowd was cool.
I used to follow Skyla Novia, the adult film star, on Snapchat, and there were several days where she was just hanging out with Rob Van Dam. I feel like Rob Van Dam and his wife is gorgeous.
He lives the life.
Yeah.
Like,
Rob Van Dam is the man.
Oh my God!
And Hulk Hogan is bloodied in the match. So.
He's really bloodied. How did that happen?
Woken Mike says he's been watching us since day one. I know I'm way behind in the comments, but so thank you, Woken Mike.
Shawn Michaels is playing this really well right now because Hulk is just all like bloody and he's just playing the bad guy villain and like really just like selling it. People are right. He's a good actor. Even when he's not overacting, he's looking good.
Hulk Hogan is so bloody.
Yeah, that's really odd. It's like going in his eye. It's dropping in his eye.
They say like just a little razor blade slice because you're so vascular up here, you'll bleed like crazy. And predict if you're running around.
I'm not saying.
Because he's
substances.
Think steroids do that? Cocaine makes you bleed? I don't know. I've never done it. Jason Crow says that Jesse Ventura used to say, what a hot dog, McMahon." So I guess that's the reference to the skin color too that I didn't realize.
It is. Look, can you not unsee it? He looks exactly like a hot dog. He looks the exact same shade. You like color match it.
I'm gonna have to watch these in black and white from now on. And again, this for people just joining us, Amy, it's her first summer watching wrestling. We've had.
It's bleeding all over Shawn Michaels. This is insane. I did not expect it to be this brutal.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. Jared Armstrong donated another $15 to the live chat. Jared, you're the man. You don't have to, but you are the man.
You have to do that.
This big, I heard on Jared. That's what I heard. That was the rumor. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Jared Armstrong. So thank you, Jared.
Hit my DMs later.
Whoa! Let me see.
I can't believe how bloody they are. Are they allowed to do that now? Like, they don't do that anymore, right?
I would hope not during COVID.
Well,
They have all the COVID on them.
is he really he looks like he's choking him out?
Woken Joe says we should watch The Dark Side of the Ring, those documentaries.
Oh,
Remember?
I really want to see that a lot. I
Yeah,
know
they're
people
like-
have referenced, especially like the Chris Benoit one, and said
Yeah.
that one was really good.
We watched
like
a
that.
little bit. It was on YouTube. It was was the AW or I forget. It was the promoter that just did all the coke and jumped out the windows.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
him?
that one was super
I forget his name.
fun.
Yeah, that was
I don't
interesting.
remember exactly, but it was really fun.
It wasn't AWA. What's the one that was? I think they're out of Vegas. I just can't remember right now. I should know that.
Yeah.
Interesting
It
stuff
was a
though.
good one though. When they like replayed some of it, they said like he was paranoid and looking for like money and drugs and couches and hotel rooms. And it seemed like a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Jared Armstrong says that I protected him in high school. I had your back, bro. Still would. I remember one time going to the bar. My friend Jared is watching right now, and we're in a small town bar in Grayling, Michigan, and he just comes in and just says the most vulgar thing ever. And security comes and just tackles him, right?
Now I want to know.
We can't say it on here. Tackles him. Like, it was this gigantic guy, and I was like, oh no, and I go running over, and apparently they were like best friends, and it was just like play fighting and wrestling, but I was like, oh no, the giant man's going to kill Jared. It was, Jared, if his humor reminds me of Zach Galifianakis. Hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious. I would
Fun. Very
you
fun.
should be between two ferns with him sometime. So.
You!
Did he do the
Oh,
you?
he hit him
Hulk
with
Hogan
such
did
a
the you?
hard you! And
For-
he's hulking up!
For years, she didn't believe me that Hulk Hogan does the U. Oh, and the referee's knocked
we got
out.
the ref. Oh,
So.
man. This is just, I would not want another person's blood all over me like that. It does look cool, but no, thank you.
RJ Scum says that this is a match of two guys with huge egos, and I'm sure that's true.
You know what?
You can see the
You know
egos.
what? That makes a lot of sense. But that's also like makes it fun to watch
Yeah.
when there's like two egos in
Shawn just kipped up.
Yeah.
Shawn is just covered in Hulk Hogan blood.
yeah.
They have all the hepatitis right now,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all of it,
I would
100%.
Not. Nope.
Right? And again, I like to chime in every once in a while for people. We are watching Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels from SummerSlam 2005. Amy's new to wrestling. I haven't seen this since 2005, and we just like having you guys chime in, comment, give us your perspective, tell us your thoughts on Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, wrestling in general. It's a nostalgia act. And you can just listen along. You don't even have to watch us. We're just sitting here. I'm not thinking
Explain to
about
me why someone wears chaps that
Yes,
aren't. No,
someone
I don't
wears chaps.
understand the chaps. It's not like. It's not a gimmick necessarily. It's not really an outfit. There's no tactical reason to wear chaps for wrestling.
I wear chaps to all my fights.
It's an athletic event. Why would you wear chaps?
They wear chaps in UFC. Tito Ortiz chaps.
Shut up! I don't watch UFC, so I was like, wait, what? For real?
Really?
I think,
No.
Understand.
Heel Renzo Kyle says hello there. Hello. Come flex with me says Hulk Hogan hairpiece wig.
Oh, okay, like hairpiece, if like the lace front, maybe like it's a wig.
Oh, okay.
Which does seem like if you're gonna wear
Lace
a
up
wig,
front, huh?
that's an interesting way to wear it because normally a wig is covering up your bald spots.
Hogan wears extensions according to RJ Scum. Yeah, I've heard that too. I think Linda McMahon put him on blast for how much he spent on his extensions in his career.
Why would she
Linda
do
Hogan did. What did I say?
Oh, Linda Hogan.
Did I say
okay.
McMahon? Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
His
why
wife.
would she say that?
That's completely unnecessary.
No, marriage people get very have a lot of animosity. That makes sense.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Everyone replied that was Herb Abrams and the UWF.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
remember
was
that
drawing a
name now.
blank.
Yep.
Holy cow. And don't forget to click some likes in there. We're up to $18 people have donated, it looks like. I haven't seen which one the last three is from. $3.50 from Mike Awesome. Yay, Mike Awesome.
Thank you.
And that's because you have the boss chair and also DX Chop explanation? Did you know what a DX Chop is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you must have done that a couple
Yeah,
times. Just,
I don't know.
that's just an Amy Chop. She just does that sometimes to the dog, like, suck it.
I do not. That's not true. That is true. Okay, that's true. He's calling me out. He is so bloody. This is insane.
Mm-hmm. Tim Richards does say your hair looks redder today.
It is redder. again, for his 911 product reviews website,
Cheap plug.
Yes.
Brought to you by.
I was supposed to use this shampoo stuff that kind of is supposed to subtly color your hair, and it made it like crazy red.
It looks great.
I don't hate it.
Eva
It's
Marie,
different, but...
keep going red. Better red than dead. That's a communism lie.
Oh God.
I believe.
Oh, he's bringing out the chair. Sorry, I'm
No, it's fine.
distracted.
Yeah, no, it's good. He also puts on baby oil. Everyone's just trashing Hulk Hogan. I guess Hulk Hogan wears baby oil, hair extensions, big ego, but he doesn't have assless chaps, so that's a positive.
He's not the only one bearing baby oil.
Wearing
Sorry, wearing baby oil. There's a lot of baby oil among these men.
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine that there's a locker room full of them oiling each other somewhere, right?
Sure. Hulk Hogan used to have a hard time shaving his back because it was before back blades and stuff, so he used to really, he was a big dude. Can you imagine?
Okay, weird thought. I've thought way too much about how wrestlers deal with body hair because they are just very,
A lot of testosterone.
like, not hairy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this was filmed. Whoa! Shawn Michaels.
Before
crazy. Like, way before there's like.
Manscaped.
Yeah. Manscaped. Before electrolysis and lasers and waxing, really, you know, right? Like, I don't know. Are they all shaving each other?
Yeah, I'm sure. There's some homoerotic activity going on.
That can just be very manly, two men shaving each other.
Certainly could be.
Not as hot as two girls shaving each other.
I don't want to talk trash, but I'm going to talk trash. Can I talk a little bit of trash? I loved Conrad Thompson and Jim Ross, but they are sponsored by Manscaped.
Don't do it.
I don't necessarily need to hear Jim Ross about shaving his balls. That's just me. That's my own. You can hate me for that. It's just weird to hear. I'm gonna move on. Somebody wants us to watch Hulk Hogan versus.
I have no idea. Now I'm just thinking about Jim Ross's balls.
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone wants us to watch Undertaker versus HBK in a Hell in a Cell.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm down.
You saw the Mick Foley Hell in a Cell. Now Hulk Hogan is hulking up.
It's the blood fury. Whoa, whoa. When he's like
Did he
spitting.
ew and spit
Yeah, but he's
and
like
stuff?
spitting blood out with the use.
There's so much blood on Hulk Hogan. He is the bloodiest hot dog I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
You don't want to be a bloody hot dog.
This is incredible.
Jersey Devil won SummerSlam '92. He did the. He just broke my chair. Broke my man chair.
This is why I shouldn't have the man chair. I wasn't ready.
Get to the bitch chair.
I can't handle it.
So Hulk Hogan is hulking up, and Shawn Michaels is completely overacting.
He's clapping like.
The crowd is behind it. The crowd loves this. When I saw Hulk Hogan,
I love that it's just crazy.
When I saw Hulk Hogan versus Jericho at a live event in this era, as a crowd, we cheered for 15 minutes for Hulk Hogan before he even got to the ring. Just non-stop, loudest thing I've ever heard. People loved his little comeback. Leg drop, 1, 2. Hulk Hogan wins. Whoa!
Okay.
You're so a Hulk Hogan guy now.
Well, I wasn't ever like I liked him. I like him.
You are sold on Hulk Hogan.
I liked him more
Are
than
you- would you-
Chapman. I don't like
You
Brett
don't know Shawn Michaels
I don't
yet.
like Brett Michaels. Never
Shawn
been a
Michaels.
fan.
You need to see DX. What should she watch? How can she learn more about Shawn Michaels and start to like him? Leave us a comment.
Oh, he just like adjusting his belt. He's posing. He's a real American flag. Oh, rock flag and eagle.
Jared says the U is hip, and we have another person who just commented you with a point and everything. That's a wildcat. All right, you have to cover us for a second. I gotta find where we are. Can you talk for a second? You have to talk during this.
Sorry, I'm posing with Hulk. It's really exciting. He's still so bloody, but it's amazing.
Jared
The
Armstrong.
crowd, like, that's it.
So this is called Hogan Must Pose.
Oh,
And
hold
Vin-
on. What is Shawn Michaels doing? Is he posing too? He's not posing. No.
Hulk Hogan. They don't know what's going on. You're just saying no to. They have no idea what's going on. Explain
I'm
to
sorry,
the
I
world.
am not a color commentator. I'm responding to wrestling. That was what I was supposed to do, was respond to wrestling. And Hogan's posing, and Shawn Michaels is coming up and being rude, and that's not cool. I hate him even more now. Oh, maybe he's extending his hand, like he's trying to be nice.
So is Shawn Michaels, are Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels going to?
I don't know if they're gonna fight again or maybe they're gonna make nice. I can't tell.
Okay. Another person says we should watch Hulk Hogan match for Bound for Glory. Don't watch anything TNA.
What's TNA?
Oh, one person's total nonstop action. It's kind of like the B leagues.
Okay.
One
Oh, they're shaking hands. That's nice.
one person says we should see before this match came out. Shawn Michaels did an impersonation of Hulk Hogan, but he was like super old man Hulk Hogan.
No.
And they kind of, like, behind the scenes, I think there was some heat about that, but it was pretty funny.
I don't like that. Like, I didn't like, you showed me some of the clips from
Yeah.
WWE versus, not AEW. What's the...
AWE? What are we talking about?
When they were making fun of Ted Turner
Oh,
and
WCW, yeah.
WCW,
You didn't like that?
I didn't like. They were hilarious, but they seemed mean spirited to, make fun of old man Hulk and.
What?
Yeah, people get old. Like, this doesn't mean he's not a legend and like what he did. We should, obviously the fans want to see it. Obviously he has stuff to offer. Like,
People love watching Hulk Hogan. I think if he was given the opportunity, he would wrestle a match today at 70-something years old. He just loves it. He made $100 million in wrestling. He has no reason he needed to other than a divorce and some lawsuits. But he just likes to keep coming back. He loves wrestling. You kind of have to respect that he's just doing it because he loves ego maybe, but...
I like it. I like seeing him. It's fun. I like seeing how happy the crowd is.
Yeah.
I can do without the blood now. Now it's just too much.
Gratuitous,
It's
yeah.
too much blood. And
He's going to have to wash it out of his hair. His hair's going to be your color.
that's how I got it on nice and red.
Ugh.
A wrestling match earlier this week. Got bloody.
So, Jared Armstrong donated another $5, so
Oh my
thank you,
goodness,
Jared. You don't
Jared.
have to.
Yeah.
Like, the last time I hung out with Jared, let me tell you, one of our fans watching right now, last time I hung out with Jared, right?
Yeah.
We went to the bar, it was a bunch of us, right? And Jared was like, guys, can you pick me up a hamburger? And we left all our stuff and we walked down to the 7-Eleven to get a hamburger from the 7-Eleven. I guess they had like little whatever. We walked there. He was very insistent. Jared, I love you. We went all the way to 7-Eleven. We came back,
Yeah.
like probably 3 in the morning. Jared was asleep, naked in his recliner, like in his whitey tighties, kicked back. House was locked. All our stuff was in the house.
Oh
We couldn't get him to wake up because he was really
no!
drunk.
Like, how drunk were you guys?
He was so
Sounds like
insistent
you're
that
on
we
the
go get him a
story.
burger, and he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to bed."
Respect. That sounds like something I would do.
It was the best day of my life, honestly. So,
Wow, that was fun.
okay, so Dean Franklin explains the reason Shawn Michaels oversold this match is because it was originally supposed to be 2 matches, and Shawn was supposed to win the second one. But Hogan refused to let Shawn win the second match.
Oh.
So I can see where he'd be pissed. He was younger, so you should pass the torch to the younger guy,
You
right?
should- yeah, you both gotta play along. Okay, thank you. That makes me understand Shawn Michaels' side of it a little bit more.
Dean Franklin. Yeah,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Dean.
That makes sense. And like we were talking about earlier with the 2 big egos in the ring, kind of like, that's not exactly surprising for
Yeah.
Hulk, but like that totally makes sense from what I know about
Oh,
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan,
Yeah.
that he would kind of refuse to play along with that.
Wrestlers don't get to be the top guy without them being like, you know what, I don't want to lose that match. I want to win. I want to be the champion. Because it is politics behind the scenes. Some guys are very good
Wow, I
about
never-
losing. The Rock loses a lot.
Yeah.
But most are like, no, I have to keep my spot. Like, I refuse to do that. Or I
hadn't
want to
thought
win.
about the corporate kind of politics behind the scenes going on.
Earlier comment, I didn't get a chance to read it, but who said it, but like Hogan always says, that doesn't work for me, brother. Like, oh, that doesn't work for me, brother. Like, I would lose, but that doesn't work for me. Interesting, right?
Respect. Yeah, like, you gotta have
Um,
strong boundaries. Good for
yeah.
him.
John Hernandez says sorry he's late.
John.
Kevin Boggs said that I believe Shawn Michaels tried to make the match look bad on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see, yeah, that he tried to make it look like silly or comical, but also it brought some energy to it and kind of made it fun. And for the nostalgia fans that just wanted to see Hulk Hogan come in and be the superhero, then that's kind of what they wanted. So
Yeah.
a lot of times, like, we talk about this, that like when you kind of are petty and small and you do the like immature kind of stuff, like it pretty much always backfires on you.
Always
it
backfires.
Always backfires.
Every
so,
time I'm being a little
yeah.
jerk, like it always winds up hurting.
Yeah, like Shawn Michaels, like that was kind of a little bit of a jerk thing to do,
Yeah.
and I think it just played into making Hulk look cooler, if anything, and making
Sure.
the match a little bit more exciting for the people that wanted to see Hulk really kind of be the superhero that he was for them when they were kids.
Right. Then let's see. One person, Will Markley, says you should watch the shoot interview where Hulk Hogan talks about Andre the Giant and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay, so go over again what a shoot interview, because I know like shoot is kind of a wrestling term, and it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
So like
Shoot interview is where they kind of are not playing their character and they tell their true thoughts, and it's usually in reference to something where they're talking shit. But you know, it's a real, it's not kayfabe, it's not a work, it's a shoot. It's work or shoot.
I like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
it sounds really cool.
So in that one, Hulk Hogan talks about the fact that Andre the Giant,
Shoots on.
Hulk Hogan shoots about
Yeah.
Andre the Giant, shoots on Andre the Giant hating Macho Man Randy Savage's baby oil. No baby oil! Because Andre, like, imagine he can't take showers easily. He can't just shower after the, because he's a giant. Like, I don't know, like, it's he can't get in the bathtub as easily. No baby oil! Like, so he'd always get mad when he'd have to wrestle Macho Man, and Macho would be
Also,
covered
I'm
in baby
sure
oil.
that stuff gets everywhere,
Oh,
and
your clothes.
if like it's a way bigger deal for Andre the Giant to slip and fall,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like than someone else.
Yeah.
If somebody else kind of slips, like
No
big
baby
deal.
oil.
Yeah, I'm totally team Andre on that.
So he would just treat Randy like a rag doll, because Andre, acromegaly, like your muscles are growing nonstop. You're a very strong 500-pound man. Could just sit on Randy and ruin his week. Jared Armstrong says that this money is for you and not for me, because he's donated several times. It's because I told the underwear story. I'm so sorry, Jared. You know we love you so much. So you get the $23 that has been so far.
Going
That seems
straight
fair.
to my Macho Man
Oh yeah.
cosplay.
Nice.
Yeah.
We need to get like we should just be a cosplay fund, where we get you different cool, sexy wrestling
Yeah,
outfits.
I want to. I think the Undertaker. I still wanna be the Underbaker.
What does the Underbaker do?
The Underbaker.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds stupid when I say it, but I just like the name. I thought it was
Yes.
cool, and I like to bake, and I like the Undertaker,
Yeah.
and I could be the Underbaker, and
Would you
I could make like wrestling themed cakes and desserts.
Tombstone casserole. I like it. Tombstone pizzas.
Well,
Oh.
well, yeah. I mean, there would be pizzas and there would be stuff, but like you could do the Macho Man cupcakes.
What about the Macho Nachos?
Oh, that's good. You're so good at this. See,
So,
yeah.
what else could we bake,
Gonna
people?
keep you around.
Pastamania.
Ooh, I like it.
Hulk Hogan did have that restaurant at one point. Pastamania. Hulk Hogan's Pastamania.
Hulk Hogan's got or used to have a place in Tampa, Hogan's Beach.
Oh yeah. So we can go there. We have been there. Let's see. Shawn hates putting people over, and so does Hogan. So Shawn had to act like a little baby overall. Jared says. Let's see. Hogan, even at his old age, insisted on winning every match. Contributed to why he ruined TNA because he did go work there for a while.
Okay.
Let's see. Shawn Michaels super kicked Larry King at one point in one of the promos. A fake Larry King, I believe. I don't think he kicked the real thing.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see, Billionaire War Room Skits, who remembers those? Kevin Boggs says it was the Huckster and the Nacho Man. So,
Oh, yeah, okay. Aw.
Let's see.
They're really funny, but I liked making fun of like Ted Turner. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of just whoever they had playing fake Ted Turner was
Yeah.
like, really funny.
Jared, when he gave his last $5 contribution, it just says, you! It's for you. That's going to be the thumbnail. Let's see. There's a few versions of the story behind the match, slight variations depending on who tells it, but there was some real heat between Hogan and Shawn. That's Tim Richards. And then RJ Scum says, Shawn was Vince's and Pat Patterson's little boy toy and could get anyone fired. There was something, Vince McMahon thought of Shawn Michaels as his son and really, really liked him. So there was just some sort of weird connection there, like they were really buddies.
It's the chaps. He was his boy toy.
Jersey Devil says, work is a wrestling angle and a shoot is a real life honest statement.
Yeah.
Andre also feared Haku, he says. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
According to the storyline, he also feared snakes. Snakes.
Oh, who was the other guy that you said, was it, that wasn't Kamala.
What
But
about Kamala?
somebody that Andre had kind of a beef with.
No, it was Kamala.
Yeah.
Remember, Kamala kept a
He
loaded
kept
revolver
going.
in his spandex.
Yeah, that story was
To the day Andre died, Kamala said he always kept, because he feared retribution from Andre. Andre hated other big wrestlers. He hated Big John Studd. He hated Kamala. He hated the big guys. He hated King Kong Bundy. I'm not sure. I think he might have been okay with One Man Gang, but he wanted to be the only giant.
That's the funnest part. Like, I love watching, the old wrestling and actually watching the matches. The promos are really fun too, but hearing like the behind the scenes, and so many of you guys have commented really fun stuff that I've been learning about. That's really what makes wrestling the most fun. Is when you know like something's going on between those two people. It's way more fun.
If you see a match with Andre and Kamala, you don't care that much. But if you know that Kamala has a loaded 22 in his pants, you're like, oh, I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. There's comments. So you bake like that. Will Markley says everybody fears Haku. Randy Haku would have favored small military. Sorry, it's moving pretty quick on the comments. But Haku was a wrestler, and he lives in Tampa or Florida now. That there's just stories of bar fights where he bit a guy's nose off and poked a guy's eye out. Like, you didn't mess with Kamala.
That's scary.
Island guys, you don't with them.
Yeah.
Randy Savage did a real rap song against Hulk Hogan after he retired. Like, where it was like,
wait,
grow up here, Hulk Hogan.
Randy Savage did a rap song?
Well, that's what we're watching next. You have to be Googling that soon. It says, Will Markley says, according to Bobby Heenan, the only two people Andre knew he couldn't beat in a fight were Haku and Harley Race. I don't think we can play it anyway because of copyright, but
I know.
just look up Randy Savage rap. Somebody find it for us and put a link in the whatever. Jared said, I said I would match the next donations, and David Crabtree donated $5, so we just got 10 from Jared and David Crabtree. W's for them. You! That's pretty awesome. Thank you all so much. Let's see. Wow, that's amazing. Tommy Singh. Wow, Amy's wearing full clothes. She wears.
I normally wear full clothes like a normal person, but
I encourage it during wrestling. You guys seem to like it too. And Macho Man had an album called Be a Man, and it was Be a Man, Hulk Hogan was the name of the song.
Oh my god, he has a whole album?
You look up.
Well, okay, I'm
just look it up.
I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in all of you guys
I'm not
that
telling
you're
you
just
that.
not telling me this.
Be a Man, Hulk Hogan. I should have led with that when I met you in the bar. I'd been like, so, did you know that Macho Man Randy said?
That would have been better than what you led with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, thank you all so much. She's gonna just look it up. Just look it up. We should look it up and get Be a Man, Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing maybe that we have, unless we get some really good questions and comments here by the end. Let's see. Jersey Devil says you're the only one happy about that guy.
There's 3 songs: intro, I'm back, Are You Ready?
There's an entire album.
More.
There's an entire album. You should look up the videos.
Hit the floor.
Look for
Let's
Be a
Get
Man.
It On.
Be a Man, Hulk Hogan, folks.
Remember me. Tear it up, macho thing.
I've lost her for the next hour because she's going to be listening.
Man, get back, feel the madness. What's that all about? Gonna be trouble, perfect friend.
Are you gonna play one? You play one.
Okay, what should I play?
Be a Man, Hulk Hogan rap. Is that thing?
Be a man.
I'm just pulling it up. If you can take that long.
Well, I wanted to see the whole thing. Diss rap. What?
Only give us like, okay, you gotta close it. No, they'll copyright us. Then that will lose all monetization. You'll have to listen to it on your own. Oh, no. So what did you think of the match overall? Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels.
I don't want to do that. I want to listen to this.
You have to participate in this. This is part of it.
Okay.
You ready? So what did you think of the match?
I liked the match a lot overall. It was fun to kind of know the backstory that they didn't really like each other and kind of were two egos going at it.
Yeah.
I could definitely tell that Bret Michaels
Shawn Michaels? You did it on purpose.
I know, was overacting. But honestly, it kind of made it more fun and more energetic and more, it made, I know that he was trying to mock Hulk, but it almost made him seem like the action figure come to life to me, you know? Like, it was kind of almost...
Was that good or bad?
It was a good thing for me,
Okay.
I think, because it's like nostalgia and Hulk's coming back, and it made it more fun, I think, to me to just be like,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
it
I love the match.
It was almost like a surreal.
It was
like,
fun.
It takes you out of it.
It was
and
fun.
It's
It was
bloody
goofy.
and crazy, and there were so many hues and so many hulking up.
I
and
couldn't know
liked
without the
it.
blood. But I like the overacting by Shawn.
Yeah.
But Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when guys aren't as physically able to do as much, they will blade or do something like get hit by a chair because you can still do that in an older age.
Yeah.
So we do have another contribution by RJ Scum for $5 as well as Jared for another $5. Jared's matching contributions.
Oh my goodness.
So
Jared,
RJ
I
Scum
love that.
particularly asks what Amy thinks of Rikishi's attire. And have you seen Rikishi before?
No.
All right, so he asks, this is Rikishi, he had a sumo gimmick, and one of the things he would rub his ass in other wrestlers' faces. We have to watch some Rikishi sooner than later, right? So he would back that ass up.
Okay,
and
if I just saw that, I would not think that was a man.
that's a lot.
Like if you just saw like the zoomed up thumbnail, like that is a
So we're gonna have to watch Rikishi.
wow.
Yeah, can you imagine that 400-pound Samoan coming at you the back end ways?
Yeah, no, I don't need that.
You don't want that? You don't need that?
No.
And thank you, both Jared and RJ Scum. You guys are pretty awesome.
You guys are sweet, thank you.
David Crabtree says we forgot to read his super chat. Oh no, let me go back. Because when they, great watch along, he says, David Crabtree, what would Amy say, would Amy say she's a Hulkamaniac at this point?
I don't, because I would feel like disloyal to Macho if I said that I'm like a total Hulkamaniac. What I will say is that I do like Hulk Hogan and I like watching him, and it's impossible to not want to root for him when you see how much the crowd loves him. I just, it makes me happy. I get into it. So I don't want to put that label on myself because I have been critical of Hulk before, and I don't want somebody going back and seeing an old video and being like, you're playing both sides of the Hulk. But, yeah.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. But he's definitely has done a complete like 180 for me because I went from not liking him and being total Team Macho to now.
Jason Crow says his favorite line from the song is that Hulk Hogan was scared. We'll listen. I'll drive you to your place and you can listen in the car. It'll be amazing.
Okay.
The whole.
All right, we're out.
I'm gonna head out of here. Says I gotta say the modified Purple Macho Man shirt is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So the story behind that shirt, that was my shirt. And then I brought it over one time and said, can you cut the sleeves off of it? And I came back and it was like spaghetti string girl shirt all of a sudden. So I'm wearing it in the next video. Unless people contribute to the Andy needs a shirt fund. Adam needs a shirt fund.
I started cutting and it just looked better that way.
He also sang a song about Mr. Perfect. I didn't know that, Randy.
Oh yeah, I did see. It was like the perfect friend or perfect something like that, but I didn't realize it was about Mr. Perfect.
Awesome. Harley Fife says they support us. Jared Armstrong says don't be a mark. Probably for Hulk Hogan. You know what a mark is?
No, what's that?
That's kind of like just a sucker fan.
Yeah.
Sometimes can be derogatory, sometimes not, depending.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
We should watch Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania 4 promo. Okay, thanks, David. And Amy watched, they've said this a couple times, I haven't read it. Randy says, watch Dynamite Kid versus Tiger Mask series of matches. Dynamite Kid was considered the greatest wrestler of all time.
Okay.
We haven't done much of the real core, like, guys wrestling, which is,
yeah,
so maybe we could try that.
It's like the kind of classical Greco-Roman, almost like form.
Better in form, yeah. Hulk Hogan getting kicked and bouncing and stuff is different, yeah.
guilty of liking the trash stuff then.
I do like the trash. I want to watch Bastion Booger versus King Kong Bundy. That's just me. So, Rikishi's ass in people's face makes me laugh.
I want to see him with the Yeti, that's just toilet
Oh.
paper, because that would be funny, and then the toilet paper would be stuck in his ass. That would be great.
I watched, Vince McMahon, I believe, took a Rikishi ass to the face before. That man will never do something that he doesn't like. He will always do whatever he asks of his people. And I think he liked it.
I don't know if I respect that or not. I was gonna be like, I respect that of Vince McMahon, and then I'm like, well, I don't know.
And Tim,
That's a thing about Vince McMahon.
Yup. And Tim, you are right. Rikishi is amazingly athletic.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you get a chance, check out some of our sponsors. Rest More, it's a great sleep aid, as well as Thynergy, which you've taken before, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite, like for a pre-workout.
Oh, yeah, it gives you a big energy boost. Thynergy and Rest More, you can pick them up on Amazon, usually in our links below. Thank you to Jared Armstrong,
Yes.
to RJ Scum,
Yes.
and to David Crabtree for super chatting us. Great contributions. We've never had that kind of support before. That's super awesome. Thank you all so much. Thank you for the people that have supported our cosplay fundraiser. And it was just fun to watch wrestling with you.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your comments and, the inside scoop and definitions and all the help. I really, really appreciate it. You guys make it fun.
Remember, you can watch us live and you can listen to us, and you don't have to watch along. Just listen to us in the car. Have fun with it. Thank you so much. And
Adios, amigos.
all right, now I got to figure out how to stop this thing. So.